In a world full of conventional Hollywood cliches and recurring lackluster sequels, one critic has seen it all, who can provide you with all the movie news, opinions, and reviews that could very well save humanity as we know it. This is Libby's Movie Hunt. And now, your host, Libby Hunt.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Libby's Movie Hunt. Obviously, I am not Libby Hunt. She is out of town on vacation, so we have her lovely friend Susan Ray sitting in with us. Susan, how are you?
Hello, Kevin. Very good. And hello, Libby.
So we have a lot of stuff to talk to today. Yeah, I mean, I'm bummed that she's not here, but this is kind of exciting. It's a new experience. Yes. So lots of stuff on the table today. We want to talk about the best streaming shows and movies from HBO Go to Netflix, and then we also want to review Trainspotting and Beauty and the Beast. So a lot of stuff on the table.
Yes.
Where would you like to start?
Well, Kevin, okay, Beauty and the Beast. I looked everywhere for you last night. You weren't there.
I was not. I did miss that one.
I can't believe it.
If you can, just talk as close as you can to that mic. They're super sensitive. There you go.
Great.
Perfect.
Okay. I took my 3 daughters to see it. It was a mother-daughter outing, and it was great. Okay. I go for a little bit harder content normally than Beauty and the Beast. I have to
nothing wrong with a little family-friendly content here and there.
No kidding. And the original was a masterpiece. Okay. I'm not animated or anime or any of that, but the original was amazing.
I believe it's the only animated movie to ever be nominated for Best Picture,
so.
Right? Maybe there have been some since, but...
I mean, I saw it twice as a young married person in the theater.
I definitely saw it twice as a kid in the theater.
Okay, that made good. I feel better. Well, okay, so they remade it, live action. It's in theaters now, opened last night.
So similar kind of to what they did with The Jungle Book.
Yes. Now, right, and it does have CGI in it, which The Jungle Book, I think, had heavy amounts of CGI, which I think was great.
Oh, yeah, I think it was mostly.
Yeah, mostly CGI.
That's true.
Well, this one had a lot of stars. Emma Watson plays Belle. Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey plays the Beast, which I didn't know how that was going to work with all the makeup.
Right.
But he is great. It was just so cute. Luke Evans plays Gaston, and I mean, these are big shoes to fill.
Definitely.
Let me put it that way.
Did it keep the music the same?
Yes, which is key. And they even added some music, which how can you add to Beauty and the Beast?
I know. Don't try to fix what's not broken. Kind of.
Totally. But they did, and Dan Stevens again, who from Downton Abbey. I don't know if you watched Downton Abbey.
I have not.
Okay. Well, later, maybe when you're older. But
it's one that my parents are always telling me to watch, and I haven't yet. And then when I do, I'll realize how great it is. I did the same thing with Mad Men. I was like, no, I don't want to watch that. It's boring. And then ended up binge watching the entire series in one weekend.
Well, next time you're home for Christmas break, say, okay, Mom and Dad, I'll watch Downton Abbey.
I will.
Just do it. You'll be all in. I mean, one episode, you'll be binging. You'll pull an all-nighter.
Perfect.
Literally.
I need a new binge.
Yes. Don't we all? So he was, I knew he'd be great, but he was fantastic. I mean, it was really well made. I just wasn't expecting anything or not much. Nothing can really, replace the original. But
yeah.
I'm giving it total popcorn worthy. It was great. I'm just saying, I loved it.
Is the runtime similar to the original? Because, usually with children-geared films, they try to keep it a little bit shorter. Is it still around the 90-minute mark?
It's like 2 hours and 9 minutes.
Oh, man.
Which I was like, okay, now, if this isn't good, this could be also painful.
Yeah, it could be hard to sit through.
Right. No, it was great. I mean, I'm telling you, start to finish. Don't compare it to the original for anybody that's really a hardcore Disney fan. But if you just go in with an open mind, you're going to like it. Okay, Dallas Morning News liked it. Wall Street Journal didn't. But you know what? It's our opinion that matters.
Exactly.
Or mine here today. And I'm telling you, it's great. Trust me. Go see it.
Now, we always check the tomato meter, too, and it is certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Good.
So, yeah, well, it has a 69%, which is pretty good.
Right. And my daughters...
Which the original, obviously, would be higher, but...
Yes. And my daughters are in their 20s. So they saw it as a young kid, like you did. And they were like 68%. This could go wrong. This may not be. And they were all, with the exception of one, very pleasantly surprised. She was the one that didn't like it was a little critical, which Wall Street Journal was too, on, some quick cutting between scenes. Maybe, it didn't have the magic of the first one. Doesn't matter. We're starved for good movies. Go see it.
Okay. I mean, the cinematography, though, you can't compare that to an animated. It's just,
no.
You can't do it the same.
And it delivered.
So you can't compare it to the original. You just kind of have to pretend that,
Yes,
it's its own entity.
It is its own entity, and it's worthy.
Good.
It's good.
Good. Very good. I guess I can review Trainspotting.
Yes.
I think I'm like the only person who's seen this movie yet because it's not out in the U.S. yet.
It's coming out next week.
Yes.
Ewan McGregor, who's in Beauty and the Beast, so we're.
Who does he play in Beauty and the Beast?
He plays Lumiere, the candle.
Oh, the candle. Okay.
Yes, who was Jerry Orbach in the original, and Ewan McGregor. I mean, he doesn't do anything wrong, but Trainspotting, was that the one that put him on the map?
I think so. And this is a movie I never expected to see the sequel to. I mean, it's based off the second book, the way the
Right.
first one was. The second book is called Porno, which I still don't understand why it's called that. I don't know. But the movie just went with T2, Trainspotting.
Good.
And if you like the original, then you definitely want to check this out. It appears to be different on the surface from the very beginning because it starts Ewan McGregor 20 years later returning to Scotland, where he lives in Amsterdam with his wife, and it almost seems like he's achieved some level of
Right.
normalcy.
Right.
But very, very quickly slides right back into the old style,
gosh.
the lifestyle with his friends with Spud and Simon. And Robert Carlyle's character, if you remember in the original, it was a very, very short fuse. Hothead,
Right.
temper.
Yes.
And they pull off that drug deal, and then Ewan McGregor ends up stealing the money at the end.
Yeah.
And apparently this made... Well, I don't want to give something
Yeah.
away. But
Right.
anyway, at the beginning of the film, Robert Carlyle's character is in prison on a 25-year sentence.
Oh, my gosh.
And then the other ones are pretty much back to their normal thing.
Right.
Spud actually gets what's his name? Mark, the main character, Ewan McGregor, actually prevents him from committing suicide. So you can see the kind of
Right.
shape these people are in when he finds
Yes.
them.
Yes.
He hasn't changed much at all, neither has
That's
Simon.
good. That's
and it
good.
turns out Mark really hasn't either.
Interesting.
His life in Amsterdam isn't really what it seems to be at the beginning.
I like that.
But it's very good, very entertaining. It has that really, really dark comedy to it. Where
Yes.
there's parts where you're laughing and you're like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing,
Right.
but it is funny. Like it's
So wrong it's right.
It's so wrong it's right. Yeah, it has that kind of charm that the original
Right.
had, where you're not going to walk away with a great feeling about yourself,
Right.
But it's not uplifting in any way, but
Right.
it's definitely entertaining. And it's always a very good look on human behavior in general.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I'm going to say absolutely popcorn worthy.
Good.
I'm not going to put it in the Oscar worthy category. I
Okay.
just don't know that it's that caliber.
Right.
But it's incredibly watchable and definitely worth seeing. So if you like Trainspotting the original, go see this one. I don't think it's going to be a giant box office smash because the original is kind of cult
Right.
statusy
Very
and doesn't
cult.
appeal to a lot of people.
I agree. Yeah.
It is a niche type thing. But yeah, if
Very,
you like the
yeah.
original and you like those characters and that story and that kind of film and you like Danny Boyle, definitely go see it.
Yeah. I mean, Danny Boyle. Right. I mean, that kind of says it all.
Yeah, returning Danny Boyle.
Right.
It had all the original
Good.
ingredients that you needed. The original
Yeah.
cast, original director, and it based off the novel by the original writer.
Yeah.
So it has all the
Okay,
makings
that's
of a good
key
sequel.
and rare for
Yes.
a sequel. Usually one of those elements is out the window. And I will say, with Beauty and the Beast sort of being a sequel, the writers are different, and that is obvious.
Yes.
So that's very cool.
There's many things that'll make you leery about a sequel like this.
Yes.
For example, not that it's the same kind of movie, but like Blues Brothers 2000, revisiting a classic. You're like, why are they doing that?
No.
Or Dumb
Like,
and
just
Dumber
don't.
2. It's like, no,
Yes.
come on, it was hard to watch.
Right.
It's
very hard to watch.
It was. I'm like, I almost feel embarrassed for these guys now.
Yes,
Like, it's just
it's
not.
painful.
It doesn't have that.
No.
Yeah, it's not funny anymore. But no, not the situation with this one. It's got all the good stuff.
Right. Okay. Staying with the originals, that's key. And Danny Boyle, love him.
Yep,
Okay.
me too.
Great.
All right. So you want to
Very
do?
cool.
You want to talk streaming?
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Or well, we could take a break first. No, let's do a little bit of streaming and then we'll take a quick break.
Okay. We'll do a teaser.
Yeah, we'll do a teaser.
Okay. Best of streaming. I mean, let's face it. We're all streaming. Everybody's streaming.
Everybody's
streaming. I hope movie theaters stay in business. We'll see.
I know. I do enjoy the experience of
I do
going out, but I just
too.
don't do it nearly as much as I used to.
No, it's expensive. It's a hassle.
Yep.
It's, and you're sitting there going, wow, my TV looks pretty much as good as this screen.
Yeah, I could be enjoying this from the comfort of my home.
And my brother-in-law is like a 120-inch screen, so I'm like, it practically is the same size.
And now they're putting all these recliners and everything in the
Yes.
theaters and couches and stuff, and I'm like, I may as well just stay home. If I'm going to the movies, I want the original
Right.
cinema feel to it.
Yes.
Like sitting in a regular seat with
Kevin,
popcorn. And
I agree.
I don't need somebody bringing me a steak dinner or something.
A steak dinner. That's good.
I just don't need it.
No. I wish I cooked steak dinners while I was watching the big three of streaming, which I call the big three because they're the ones we watch at our house, and I think maybe the same at yours.
Yeah.
But no, it's usually popcorn and pizza or something, or a microwave oven. But anyway.
Yeah, me too. It's either buffalo wings or pizza like 90% of the time.
Buffalo wings. Wait. My big three are Netflix, Amazon Prime, and HBO Go. Are you similar?
Mine are the same.
Okay.
Not
yeah.
Amazon as much, but Netflix and HBO Go all the time.
Well, a lot of people don't realize they have Amazon Prime. Like if you have it for shopping, you have the streaming. Like
I
you
did
have
not
the
know that.
movie service. And all you need to do is just add it, download it to your phone or to your iPad or computer, wherever you watch your streaming.
You can get it on any like Roku device or Apple TV or
Yes,
something anything
right.
like
It comes
that.
right up. It's really right there with Netflix, but a lot of people don't realize they have it and they're paying for it, and you should be using it. 'Cause
Yes,
it's got,
I did not know that.
yeah. Well, welcome to. Yes, I'm glad to enlighten you.
Yes,
That's
thank you.
cool. Okay, so Netflix. You want to talk about Netflix? Or go
I was
ahead.
just going to say, before the show today, you were enlightening me on some of the stuff you've seen. And you've seen like everything there is streaming. I think we can call you the queen of streaming.
Okay, I don't know what that says about me. That could go.
That's good.
That could be either I'm really plugged in, or does she get out much? Hobbitville.
No.
But it's fun, and yeah, there's just good stuff right there. So if you're a movie lover like I am, Libby is, and Kevin, you
Me,
are,
of course.
I mean, it's right at your fingertips now. It's hard, not to use it. It's great.
All right, we'll tease some of the shows we're going to talk about, and then we'll take a quick break.
Okay. The ones that are, this is all currently on Netflix, some old school and some new stuff. The Crown, new episodes, 10 episodes, great. I think you guys have already covered it.
I think Libby mentioned it before. I have not seen it yet.
Okay. It's a girl thing, but I would still recommend it. It's about Queen Elizabeth II. It's gonna be 6 series, and it's gonna go the 60 years of her reign. And this was the first season. It's when she ascends to the throne. It's great. Okay. Old school that's showing right now that you may have seen in the theater. If you haven't, you need to. The Big Short with Christian Bale,
Great
Steve
movie.
Carell, Ryan Gosling, masterpiece.
Yes.
I mean, I could watch his performance in The Big Short again and again.
In a lot of ways, it reminds me of almost a slightly sharper, more sophisticated version of like The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
It has that same kind of sharp direction, but it's not as explicit in your face,
Right.
over the top. Which was a lot of fun of that movie, but
One word,
if you're looking for
candle
something a
wax.
little smarter, Big Short. Yeah, exactly. Perfect example.
Oh, The Wolf of Wall Street's a great movie.
Oh, I love it.
I could get sidetracked on that. That
Those
may,
Scorsese criminal biopics are like my
Yes.
favorite movies of all
Oh,
time.
we're on the
Goodfellas,
same
Casino,
page.
I love them.
Yes, Casino. Totally, Kevin.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, Casino's an underrated film.
It was.
I was actually just watching that the other day, and I'm like, I
Really?
forgot how great this is. It has all those great gangster elements, great characters. I
Sharon
love the
Stone.
multi-character narration in it. You have narration from Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, so you see both sides of the
Very
coin.
good.
I really liked it.
No, that's great. Casino, good call. That's a good. People need to recue that.
I wish
up.
that was streaming.
I know.
would totally watch
I
that.
know. It'll come back. All this stuff rotates in and out. Okay, really old school. Patton is on Netflix right now. Okay, if you haven't seen Patton with George C. Scott, please. Or if you're only going, would you watch the first 10 minutes for me? I mean, is that too much to ask?
Well, the opening scene is very
Yes.
captivating.
I mean, standing up there giving the speech
front
of
of
a
the flag.
lifetime. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just watch it, people. Trust me. Okay, if you're into spy novels, Cold War, all that, John le Carre's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy with Gary Oldham, Benedict Cumberbatch before he was famous in Sherlock.
Right.
Colin Firth, Mark Strong, you name it, they're in it. Incredible. I mean, it's for the hardcore
Yes,
cinemaphile.
definitely.
Which we are, and
Yes.
you probably are if you're listening to this show. So you need to see it.
It's a bit of a slow burn,
It is a slow burn.
but it has all the components of a very
Yes.
good story.
Yes. But it's a masterclass acting, or a masterclass of acting with Gary Oldham. I mean, all of them. But you'll just be glued to him.
You want to take a break real quick,
Sure.
and then we'll come
Let's
back
do
and
it.
talk more streaming. Yeah, I know you have a bunch more to talk to. I also want to talk about Crashing, and then
Great.
a couple of Netflix
Yes.
shows that are streaming right now as well. So we'll be right back after this quick break. You're listening to Libby's Movie Hunt.
Cut. Everybody take 5. More of Libby's Movie Hunt coming up.
You are tuned into Libby's Movie Hunt live at watchonairlive.com. I am Libby's co-host, Kevin Ebeling, with Susan Ray sitting in with us, filling in for Libby. She is out on vacation. She's sorely missed, but we're having a good time here.
Oh, we do miss Libby. She's in a tropical paradise.
She's somewhere awesome. Yeah.
Yes. We'll just say no tears. Very small tears. Tiny tears.
We're here in the studio. We're in the trenches.
That's right.
Yeah. So before the break, we were talking about best movies that are streaming. Everyone's streaming these days, whether it's your HBO Go, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. I mean, there's just more and more of these coming. So we want to try to narrow it down so you can try to find what you want to watch next. So before the break, I mentioned that I wanted to talk about Crashing, the HBO series with Pete Holmes.
Yes. Tell us.
It's very, very entertaining. I actually just wanted to try it out because I'm a huge fan of Artie Lang. If you aren't really familiar with him, he's a very, very blue comic.
Love it.
Who was on the Howard Stern show for about 10 years. And that was like
in the 80s?
My inspiration to be on the radio.
90s or?
Late 90s into the 2000s. I think maybe he was on for like 12 years. I think 2010 was his last time on there. They asked him to take a leave of absence, and then he had a suicide attempt. It was a whole thing. He was just a struggling comic with an interesting story, but he's not even the main character. I'm just glad he's on the show.
Right. Love it.
Pete Holmes is the protagonist, who basically is a struggling comic. He's a married guy with kind of a, for lack of a better term, boring life.
Yeah.
He really hasn't accomplished much yet as a comedian. And I think a lot of that, the way the story is building, is because he hasn't experienced life that much.
Yes, you got to have material.
Exactly. So when he finds out that his wife is cheating on him and is thrown out into the streets, all of a sudden he's getting all this material. You know, it's better to build a career on. And he ends up meeting Artie, who sort of mentors him in the first 2 episodes. It's just a really good look at the struggles of being a comic, but without that bleak, dismal feel that, say, Louie had.
Yes.
I mean, a very funny show,
Louie.
but it was depressing.
Oh, boy.
This one's a little more sunny, especially for one that takes place in New York. You know, you'd think it would be similar to Louie, but it's not. It's just not as bleak. It's a little more lighthearted. And I think it's just a good look at comedians and living that life. And in the process, you get to see a lot of funny moments. And
now, is he bringing on other comedians?
Yes,
into the show,
in the third episode, TJ Miller is in the whole thing. And then the 4th episode is a couple other people. So it's kind of strange. I was hoping Artie would be like a permanent installation. He'd be in every episode.
Is he not?
He's only in the first 2 that I've seen so far. But I'm hoping that he's in more because he's just a lot of fun to watch. But overall, I highly recommend it. I just popped on one episode and sat there and just watched all 4 that are out right now on HBO Go.
Okay, it's on my list. It's
good.
Queued up on my HBO Go list.
And I believe you said you watched the first one, and I can see it may not hook you from the first one. But
I was unsure, but that doesn't mean anything. But I like your vote of confidence.
Oh, well, thank you.
That stamp of approval makes me want to commit. I'm going back.
It's interesting to me, the struggles of stand-up comedians. It's something I can't even fathom. I could never get up in front of people and suffer that humiliation. And I was watching a behind-the-scenes thing with Pete Holmes, the main character, and he was saying, it's weird because when you're just doing comedy and you bomb, then you get to go home and get drunk, you know, or forget about it. But he's like, when you're doing it on camera, you have to bomb like 16 times.
Oh, my God.
Until you get the scene right, you need the right level of awkwardness.
Okay, speaking of streaming, comedians in cars getting coffee, Jerry Seinfeld's Crackle Show.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about stand-up comics and just going into that whole topic. Great. Okay, so you've seen it?
Yeah, Howard Stern was on it once.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right, I saw it. Yeah. No, he was great. Howard Stern.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, no, that's very funny.
You're a hardcore radio guy. Yeah.
I am.
As everybody, Howard Stern is the god of... Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He will...
The radio.
Yes, he conquered every possible radio in every way you can think of.
Yes. And in every way you can think of.
The pinnacle of radio hosts, as good as it gets.
Right.
There will never be another like him. He's the last of that breed.
That's
it's a bummer.
Okay, is his hair real or wig?
It's real, but I think he colors it.
Okay. Oh, for sure.
I mean, there's no way it's still that
Okay, I'm
dark.
impressed
He says he doesn't,
real.
but yeah.
Okay, total props to that. Okay, Howard Stern.
I
real
think
hair.
it's real.
I trust you.
He also lied to his audience about not having plastic surgery for 20 years. So,
what?
Yeah, right after Private Parts, he had his chin and nose done, and then he finally admitted it when they moved to Sirius in 2006.
Interesting.
I know too much about Howard Stern. I could go on with this all day.
Yeah, for another episode.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get back to streaming?
Let's get back to streaming.
Okay, Netflix. We haven't even gone on to Amazon. Well, a little bit. HBO Go. Okay, Stranger Things. I mean,
my absolute favorite.
Literally.
Yeah.
Come on. Like
I tried to pace myself and not blow through.
Yes, we did too. We tried to yes.
trying to save it.
Totally tried to save it.
Yep, and I did not do a good job. I think we watched the whole first season in like 2 nights.
Right. It's like we were like, we can't watch the last episode. It can't end.
I know.
Don't let it end.
And have you seen that they had the teaser for season 2 in
Yes.
the Super Bowl? And that was my favorite part of the whole game.
Literally, yes. My daughter came home. That was all we talked about. She goes, forget the game. Did you see the teaser? We all started screaming.
Oh my, yeah! Like as soon as I pulled up my phone, like all social media, everything trending was Stranger Things 2. Nothing about the game.
Oh my gosh, waffles, people. Waffles.
Yes.
Yeah. I say no more. You
Yep.
need watch it, and you'll be in.
Do
with
yourself
us.
a favor.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
so entertaining.
Quit hesitating. Yeah, totally.
Great characters. Jason Harbour is awesome in it.
Yes.
Winona Ryder is great.
Oh my gosh.
And the kids are what really make the whole
Yes.
thing. It has that feeling of like a Spielberg, like a Goonies or
Totally.
E.T. or
Very much so.
Super 8 was
in
one
the best
recently
sense.
that
Yes.
captured that feel.
Completely. Yeah. Oh, it's great.
It is great.
Easy sell on that one. Okay, Narcos, about Pablo Escobar.
Yes, tell us about Narcos.
Okay.
Because I haven't watched this yet, but it sounds right up my alley.
Oh, okay. If you like gritty, and if you like, if you like mystery, suspense, even though you know how it ends.
Yeah, that's a good
spoiler
point.
alert, doesn't end well for Pablo.
No.
Doesn't matter. I'm telling you, watch it. It's 2 seasons. It goes so fast. It's a total. You'll get addicted right away.
Does it play into that audience who's into, say, like your Goodfellas and Casino and those kind of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I thought so.
But even if you don't, I mean, like I said, I went and saw Beauty and the Beast. I mean, it's broad appeal. We all watched it at my house, every age, guys and girls, and we all loved it. So
is it packed with pretty adult content? I mean,
oh yeah.
I would think there's plenty of violence and
plenty.
drugs naturally if it's about Pablo
Right.
Escobar.
And at first, the first 2 episodes, there was a lot of sex, and I was like, okay, now it was getting a little graphic. I was like, well, if this is going to be every episode, this is going to get tiresome. Like, let's do writing
Yes.
instead
Yeah.
and acting and plot.
Some actual substance.
Yeah, don't let that
No
be
pun
too
intended.
off. Yeah, what exactly? Don't let that be off-putting because it's just kind of sets it up, and then I'm telling you, you'll be glued to your seat.
I'm definitely going to check that one
Oh
out.
yeah, Kevin, do it. Okay, let's see. A local favorite. Shout out to Dirk Nowitzki. What, 30,000 points?
Yeah.
Didn't he just pass that? Okay, his biography about how he became who he was and his commitment to learning how to shoot and being. I mean, how do you describe it? You're a guy all around. He's a big guy in the middle,
Yeah.
but he can do fadeaways and.
I don't know anything about sports.
Okay, well he's
I
he's
guarantee
a Dallas.
you know more about basketball than I
No,
do.
I don't. But I'll tell you, he's a local legend, and you need to watch this. It's really interesting.
Living in Dallas, I think I have to.
Yes, it's just cute because it just shows you the person and how he came as just a teenager to Dallas, like from Germany.
Yeah.
Didn't speak a word of English by himself. Of course, he didn't go to college or anything like that. His parents are in Germany. He's all alone. I mean, it's just very interesting. Doesn't speak the language, scared to death, like just a frightened kid. I mean, we can only imagine, like, if you had the super talent and someone just plucked you out of your home and dropped
Yeah.
you
No,
into
that's a
foreign.
crazy success story.
I mean, literally. And when he goes home after he's made millions of dollars, he sits at his kitchen table and goes, "Mom, can I have money for gas?" And she goes, "Of course." And like pulls her wallet out. I don't know. It's just great. You just need to see it.
And what's the name?
I think it's called Nowitzki.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
Well, that's easy enough to remember.
Right, and it's on Netflix. So, or you can type in Dirk. He's probably the only Dirk on there. I'm
Probably.
guessing. Okay, now this is a random documentary, but was so good. Supermensch, which I don't think we talked about.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's about the legendary rock manager from the 70s, Shep Gordon, who managed Alice Cooper, Blondie, Mick Fleetwood, Emerald Lagasse. I'm not even doing it justice. Mike Myers, all these famous people. I don't know what it is about it. Just watch it. It is great.
I will definitely check that out. What's the name one more time?
Supermensch.
Super Minch.
Like Mensch as in, the Jewish.
Sure.
Yes. What am I trying? Yes. What does help me?
I can't think of the term you're thinking
Okay,
of.
but anyway, it's great. Or you can Google Shep Gordon, but Supermensch, one word, about the legendary rock manager, Shep Gordon.
Very cool.
Really, really good.
Well, we've
Loved
just
it.
about run out of time. I mean,
Okay.
I had a bunch of other stuff I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk
know.
People versus OJ. I had
Yes.
that particle one documentary.
Particle Fever.
Yes. So, well, there's always next time. So
Okay.
make sure we put a pin in that. So the next time you're
We
in,
will.
we can.
That's great.
And we'll make sure to cover that next time. So we do have to get out of here. We'll be back next Friday at 2. Susan Ray, thank you so much for sitting in
Love
with
being
us.
here. Thanks, Kevin.
It was a
and Libby.
blast. And for more information on Libby's Movie Hunt, you can go to libbysmoviehunt.com, and you can check out all of our past shows at watchonairlive.com. We'll see you next week.